Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Today's video is just a little bit different. I am going to be doing or setting up my new reading journal. Now, typically for my reading journal, I do usually just like a notebook, like a lined notebook with some doodles in it, and I've been following the Cowpaw star rating method. I can never say the name correctly. But I've been following that rating system, and I wanted to do something just a little bit different. So, not only just with the rating system, but with just the reading journal in general. So I went on to Amazon and I got me this gorgeous purple shimmery A5 dot grid bullet journal. And this one is going to last me from July 1st through December 31st. Usually that's what my reading journals run. And I did the math in this one, and it gives me enough room that if I wanted to, which there's no way I'll be able to, but if I wanted to, I could read anywhere between 10 to 14 books a month. With my work schedule, there's really no way for me to do that. So, but I have enough room, and whatever pages I have left over at the end of the journal, like with my previous reading journals, at the end of the year, I always combine all the information into like a overall view of my reading for the year. So, but I love this journal. The only drawback I have to it is, see how dark the dot grid is? I don't mind. I love dot grids. I have, for my social media journal, it's a dot grid. For my creative journal, it's a dot grid, but those dots are lighter than this. So for now, it'll do me. But for next year, I am going to take a shop over towards closer to the end of this year. I'm going to take a shop over at Archer and Olive and see what they have. So, but this one does come with a pocket in the back. Now, in this pocket back here, I'll be putting all my functional read on log stickers, like my rating, like my rating chart, my stars that I do my ratings with, and all that. So, and then at the front of it, you have like your name page. And then you know how you have that awkward page that's right behind the name page. It's the first dot grid page, and usually it's always glued. Well, with this one, I always just glue the sides and take a little notch out and make it into a pocket. That way, now, another way that this is going to be different is that typically, like I said earlier, I doodle in my reading journals. This time I'm actually going to use stickers and washi tape, and we'll see how that goes. I know it's going to bulk it up a little bit, but it's got this elastic band closure, so I should be good with it. But whatever, like, if I have any stickers or anything like that that works with whatever book cover that I'm writing the book review about, they'll go in here. Also, my book cover stickers, I'm probably also going to put them up here as well, because I want the decorative stickers that I'm going to be using that go with the cover to stay with the cover. So all of that's going to be going in this pocket right here. Now, this is my intro page, and to kick off this journal, I am going to be using one of my mini Monday kits that is in my shop. If you're not familiar with my mini Monday kits, they're simply just 6-page kits that are strictly decorative, and that you can add whatever colorful functional stickers you want to create whatever, like if you're doing a planner spread or a journal spread, whatever you want, this has got you covered except for the functional. So now you'll get, like I said, you'll get 6 pages, 3 different designs, and there's 2 of each. So you have this one, and then you'll have the mirror image of it as the second page. Now, the ones that I will be using in this journal will be kind of like the oopsie or glitch kits. Apparently my silhouette on this day when I was cutting them was having a meltdown. I have no clue. I had the white line, the white bleed area, I guess is what you would call it, that goes around the sticker for when you're cutting it. I mean, you still get a Kiss Cut sticker, but you don't get like extreme Kiss Cut. Well, apparently my silhouette decided to ignore the white, and I got an extreme Kiss Cut. So when I say extreme, guys, they are like literally there's no border around them whatsoever. So, and you can see where it messed up there on the cutting, and then on this one you see how it's got the coffee bean right there. On that one my silhouette decided it was going to just cut the coffee bean completely out. And I mean, I've got the coffee bean right here, which I will use. So I'm just going to set that right there. So, but I mean, like I said, these are glitch kits. So you've got, now will have these later on in the year. I'm going to be doing like a oopsie bag sale. That'll have a bunch of these in it because I just started cutting them on all of my machines and walked away, and yeah. When you got about 6 machines that are doing this, yeah, it was not fun. So, but that's the first page. And then here is the second one. So you've got the original and you've got a mirror image of it. And then the last one is this one. Again, the original and the mirror image of it. So that's going to be the kit that I'm going to be using. I did also just took what stamps that I thought would be wonderful with this. They're like these pretty ornate stamps, and I just stamped some using my Distress Oxide. It's in the Vintage Photo. So I've got a bunch of them just all stamped out. This is all on sticker paper. And then I've got some of my script stamps that I used. And I don't mind the broken, like where it looks like I like the gaps. To me, that just adds character to the pages. So just in case I want to add just a little bit of text and not be like boom in your face, I've got those. And then I also took and made myself some washi strips. And again, yeah. So I've got all these like books, just like rows of books. And then I also have, now these I hand cut out. These just like coffee cups. So I hand cut out these as well. Because the silhouette machine started cutting them and it did this. So I ended up finishing the cut job myself by hand with my X-Acto knife. And then I've also taken, and these are all of the books that I plan on reading at least through the first, this should get me through maybe probably the end of the year, to be honest with you. I don't know though, probably not. We'll have to just see, because sometimes it depends on the series. If I'm reading a really good series, then I can fly through it. But these are just what I'm reading now. These two are part of a series, but these are the only two that are available through the reading app that I use for it. And I didn't realize that this one was part of a series. So I've got to find the first book of this. I mean, it's by the same author, Jay Risk. But I gotta go back because this is book 2, and I don't really want to read this one until I've read the first one. But I've got the Alter Rim series, and there are 9 books in that series. So it starts here, and it goes through to here. And then there's another series that has 18 books in it, and I was only able, through the reading app that I use an app called Read It. They only had the first 15 books. So book 1 starts here, and then this is all 18 of them. So on that app, it did not have Refuge, Hope, or Reverence. So I've got to find these 3, but I've got all the rest of them added to my library. And then also right here, my printer decided it was getting ready to run out of ink. I didn't want to reprint it. So if I get closer to getting to these, then I probably will. I don't know yet. I don't know, but I did, like I said, I brought them into my Silhouette studio, and I did cut all around them. And again, my Silhouette machine just, I don't know, it's acting like a rebellious teenager right now. but that is that. And then also I took and I printed out, I just created some like decorative script right here, and then I went in and I colored the letters in with some of my brush pens. So those we'll get to. And I am doing a new rating system here on YouTube. Her name is Erin Smith, and she came up with her own book rating system. She's got 2 of them actually. She's got one called Peach, and she's got another one called Mitsu. They're both named after her cats. Well, I watched how she was doing it, and I was like, I like that one better than the one that I was using. So, and it's an acronym. She just put plot, enjoyment, artistry, characters, and heart together to form this acronym called Peach. And now, she briefly, I'll link the video, or try to link the video, where she explains her system a little bit better than I am. But for like plot, did you like the events of the book? Was it easy to follow? Enjoyable? Well paced? Did it surprise you? Was it predictable? Enjoyment. Did you like the book? How much? Did you stay up all night reading, thinking about it when you weren't reading? Would you read it again? Would you recommend it to a friend? Artistry. Was it written well, engagingly? Was the writing beautiful, poetic, awkward, clunky, perfunctory, dry, florid? Were there any writing devices that pulled you out of the story? Characters. Did you love them, hate them, love to hate them? Were they complex, shallow, believable, caricatured? Were they consistent? Did they grow? Heart. Did this book stay with you for weeks after reading? Did it make you feel seen in some way? I didn't add in some way, but she states, did it make you seen in some way? Could you see it becoming a comfort read in the future? Do you wish that you could live in its pages? Do you need everyone you know to read it so you can talk about it? I thought that was cool because it makes you really think. Now, the cop-out system is good. Don't get me wrong. I've used it for years. But, I don't know. Her rating system, it kind of resonated with me more than the cop-out did. I don't know if I was burnt out on the cop-out system or what. I don't know. But for the way you do her rating is for each one, like plot, enjoyment, artistry, characters, and heart, you rate it 1 out of 5. Just using these simple questions right here. And then you take that number that you get here and you divide it by 25. And then that total number you're going to divide by 5. And that's the star rating that you would give for the book. So I'm going to give this one a try just to see. Yeah, it never hurts to try new things, to change it up a little bit. And then also for this setup, I went through my washi tapes and I picked out 4 that I thought went well. This is like this rosy script one. And then this one is a Stardust one from Simply Gilded. So is this one. And then this one got sent to me in Happy Mail. It's just like this like vintage colored grid one. So we've got all of those. I'm just going to set those right up here within my reach. And I did go in and I printed out, I made some stickers with the peach rating on it. And I outlined them in my gold pen. I don't know if you can see the shimmer, but it is so shimmery. So I printed off a bunch of those, and I made sure I saved that file so that I could go back in and print out more when I needed them. And I also created my own little star rating stickers that I can just go in and just cut off a row as I need it per book. So, and then these right here will go in my pocket. These I'm going to put throughout the layout. And then whatever kit that I use, whatever stickers I use for the rest of it will go in this pocket. So now let's see. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I did also create in my design program, I did also create this cute little bookshelf. And I went in, I think there's like 61 books here, which I know I'm probably not going to read 61 books by the end of this year, but it's nice to have that option. And I took my brush tip pens and my little gold ink pen and just colored in the little doodles right here. But as I read a book, I can come in and I can color it in. If I wanted to, I can write tiny and I can write the book name here as well, if I wanted to. And then whatever color that I'm going to, that's the predominant color for like the spread that I'm going to be doing for that month, I'll color in the book for that. So I'll know that, hey, I read that during, say, the month of July or the month of August or the month of October, whatever it may be. So I've got all of that, and I went on ahead and I marked each of these pages how I wanted them. So let's get started. So this is going to be my intro page. And for here, I'm going to grab my pen and just, sorry about shaking the table. My camera arm is attached to my table that I'm working on. So if it shakes at any point, I am sorry ahead of time. Now, let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to add, this is where I think I want to bring in these, like this. And I was thinking about just doing them up in the corner, like tearing it at an angle. So, and when I first started, and these are on sticker paper, by the way. When I first started doing a reading journal, I wanted it simple. But as I got further and further and started getting more into like more decorative aspects of journaling, Ooh, I am so glad this is removable sticker paper, because that was not straight at all. Ooh. As I got into the more decorative aspects of journaling, I started adding doodles, and then I was like, well, what if I, like maybe add stickers or whatever? But I was like, well, I don't really want to do that in this one. I was going, well, it's just going to be crooked, guys, because I still put it on crooked. And I will come back in and cut the whatever's hanging over in a little bit. But I was like, well, I don't really want to, add that decorative element or whatever to this journal. I was torn. And then I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to make my next reading journal decorative. And I mean, I love the decorative aspects of journaling. I mean, you add all the pretties to the paper and all that, and it just, I don't know. To me, it makes it more enjoyable, and I'm more likely, like with my creative journal. I was not, I mean, I've always been kind of sort of a journaler, but not really, if that makes any sense. And then when I started decorative journaling, I became more like, this is something that I want to do all the time. And I was thinking maybe adding some of this, maybe tearing it. Yeah. But I'm the type of person that I've noticed since starting decorative journaling that if it's not pretty to me, then I'm not going to use it. And I know, ooh, I'm almost out of that, guys. I know it's weird, but that's just, I was with my planner. When I was planning, when I was using the paper planner, I do digital planner now, but that's still even decorative. But even with my planner, if it's not pretty or if it's not decorated, I noticed I tend to not want to use it as much. I mean, I'll still refer back to it, but I tend to, if it's not decorative, I tend to not gravitate towards it. It's hard to explain. It really is. So, but I'm going to turn this, and I am going to lift this up. I should have put this down first. And I'm hoping I can pull this sticker paper back up without tearing it, because I've already pressed it down. Ooh. We are going to try, guys. Come back up, please. Without tearing the sticker paper or my book. Oh, and the sticker paper's tearing. Okay, come on. Well, that's not going to happen. You may have to go over it then. I should have put this down before. So maybe do something like that. Ooh. Yeah, we want to bring it all the way to the edge of the page. Yeah, that's good. And again, I'll cut all that off the top. And on this one, I'm going to do the same thing. But yeah, so And this one I want to do more in depth with my books. I want to, like this one, I'm going to have sections in here that I did not have in the other one. Like, I am going to have a book bingo in this one, which I think is a cool, I think that's, you know, something cool to do, you know? I'm just going to tear that washi right there so that I keep that part on still in the backing. I didn't do that with this one, but it'll be okay. And now I'm going, I don't know why I turned that back around for, but I thought it was cool because I follow a bunch of people who have reading journals. Of course, Erin Smith. Amy Plans Things. And there's a few other ones that I follow. And their reading journals are so cool. And so I kind of picked and pulled from theirs of things like I wanted to try. Like there's like I said, the reading bingo. And then I'm also going to do, I've never done like a stats page. Ooh, I cut the page. I've never done a stats page in my journal, in my reading journal. And basically what a stats page is it shows you, you know, what kind of genres you were leaning towards that month. How many pages you read. How long you spent reading. Stuff like that. Because it's just, I don't know, that intrigued me. Just to see, you know, exactly how long that I do these things. And on this one right here, I am going to come back in. I'm going to have to put a piece of paper behind this and punch that hole out again, but I will do that later, probably off camera. I'm sorry about the squeaky chair. It's just, it's a thing. And I think down here I want to create, well, yeah, down here I want to create a scene. So I want to do this chair. And I have found that tweezers help me apply the stickers a lot better because my fingers aren't in the way. So I think I'm just going to set that right there. And then this bookshelf. See how it really kiss cut them? I mean, I like that look, but it's kind of a pain though. I wonder how that would look with maybe the bookshelf. Hold on a minute. Can I peel this back up again? We about to see. Yeah, if I take my nail and I gently lift it like that. And just kind of like pull this back just a little bit because I wanted to put this bookshelf kind of like partially behind the chair. And kind of like back like that. Trying to get the sticker straight though. I'm just lining it up with the dot grid right here. In there. See how it's kind of like sitting behind, like the chair is kind of like partially in front of it? I like the way that looks. And now here in the center, I'm going to go through all of my stickers here and pull out see. I am looking for my book journal. Here we go. And that's going to go like right here in the center. Like so. I don't want it too decorated, but I also don't want it to be like bleh, if you understand. I know it's probably shouldn't have sounded like that, but you know, that's the way, because this is something new for me. It's before I put that down, I do want to put some washi here and here, and I think I'm going to use this one. But I mean, I know that's weird to say, but it's just, this is a new concept for me. So, and like I said, in my other reading journal, or book journal, I just doodled. Well, with that one as well, because I use mild liners and I use like gel pens where the color is really pigmented in them. Like, it's got like a strong color saturation. Well, I noticed that it tended to bleed through. I've got washi pieces everywhere, guys. I just want to cut that just a little bit so that I can tear it. I've noticed with this Simply Gilded washi that sometimes it can be very hard to tear. And I want that to go up like that, but I need to cut this. But yeah, because I use mild liners and brush tip pens and gel pens, that the color is really like saturated. I gotta flip this around, guys. The pen, you know, everything tended to bleed through. Now, I will say with this one, I did not get 160 GSM paper. This one, I think it's like 120, so I know I'm probably going to have at least ghosting, which, ghosting I don't mind. I'm fine with ghosting. Ghosting doesn't bother me. But it's like when you have the really like bleed through, almost as if you used alcohol markers on it. That's the problem I was facing when I was using just like a regular, you know, like lined notebook. And I was getting like the composition notebook, spiral notebooks, stuff like that. Those were the kind of notebooks I was using. And I noticed that's what I was having a lot. I don't know. I mean, you do kind of have this pink throughout here and the purple. I'm just going to leave it. It goes okay. So, because I didn't want to use this other one because it's the same color. And I'm limited on my washi tape. I do not have a large washi tape supply. Not yet. I am working on that. So, but I wanted to do this. And then I wanted to take and kind of like put these up here for a little bit more decoration. But I wanted to be able to use all the pretties in the journal and not have too much bleed through, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I know I'm going to have some ghosting at least, because this is not a, you know, thick paper. It's only 120 GSM. I use, for the stickers in my shop, I use a 26-pound weight paper, I think. And this paper is thicker than the one that I use in the shop. So, got that, and I'm gonna, this is like a little throw blanket. I'm gonna plop that one up there too. Whoops. If I can get the sticker, there we go, to come off the page. See, I just thought this little throw blanket was so cute. And I'm trying to keep all of them lined up. Using this, I know I got a little too high on that, but it'll be okay. I was trying to use this as a guide. No, it won't be okay because that throw blanket is sitting up really high. Let me try this again. There we go. Get it closer. There we go. Now. Oops. Like that. And then down here, on this bottom one, I am going to take and maybe do this bookshelf. Now, you'll see what I'm talking about when I said it. See how it cut the bookshelf in two? And this is supposed to be one piece. The clip art is literally one piece, but it cut it into two pieces. So you get two stickers from one when it was actually supposed to be one. But it's okay. I'm just gonna set this bookshelf down here using that bottom dot grid as a guide. And then maybe add in this teacup. And see how it cut that off completely. I mean, the sticker is still usable. It's just that end is flat and it's not rounded like the rest of the teacup. So I've got that one and maybe this stack of books. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit 4 over here or not. Let's see. Probably not. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put you here. And then lift this one up. And put it right, kind of like center it. Like that. Now I like that. That's pretty. And like I said, I wanted to keep this kind of open and airy, but at the same time, I do think I might put this washi tape behind, just like a torn piece of it behind it. Like about here. And let me grab this. I'm going to set this probably about right here. So that means my washi would need to go right about here. Like that. Yeah, something like that, just to give it a little something. And maybe, let's see, maybe a smaller one of this one. Take and put it like right here. That way it's got just a little bit of decoration, but not anything that's like overly bam in your face, like right there. And then here is this one. And you'll always see me do this right here when I peel stickers off the backing like that, because sometimes they curl and I don't want that curl. And now, let's see, about right there, I think is good. Uh-oh. Ah, come on, seriously. And I tore the sticker. Ah. Okay, now. Let me try this again. So here. Sorry, you can hear a phone in the background. That is my husband's phone going off with notifications. It will randomly send out like batch notifications. I'm like, really? But there. I like the way this looks. It's open, it's airy, it's not too crowded. And I don't know what I'm going to do over here just yet, so I'm going to keep that open. But as far as this goes, I like the way that looks. It's lightly decorated, it's not overly crowded or anything like that. So now we're going to flip over here, and now these pages here and these pages here are going to be for books that I read for the year. So I'm not going to assign each one a month. It's just going to be, all I'm going to do is I'm going to write the name of the book and the author. So, but first, down here on the side, I wanted to make some tabs because I want to be able to quickly flip to each of the sections. And now I've got, and I'm only going to create, for the books read, I'm only going to create one tab for that. I'm not going to create 2 tabs because it's just basically the same section. So we're going to have a tab for this section, one for this section, one for this section, one for this section. So 5 tabs. Or do I want to do 5 tabs? Because this one will actually be butting up. No. So this one I'm not going to cut into a tab. Let me go ahead and remove that because this one will actually be, this page butts up to the first page of my July. And I don't want a tab to be on the July one. So we'll just leave it like that. So let me count again. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I just realized my goof. I haven't measured the distance that each of these tabs need to be at. So, let me do that real quick. And let me go ahead and just measure them and cut them out. And I'll come back when I have all that done. Okay, guys, I am back. And I don't know if you can see that, but we have our tabs. So we've got that section. We've got that section. We've got this one. And we've got that one. So I was going to color them in, but I'm undecided right now. So we'll come back to that. Now, but on this section, this is going to be my books read. So I've got 2 of those. And what I'm going to do with these is one's going to go across the top here. And that'll be okay. I'll make sure that's in the crease. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other one as well. Same thing right here. I'll have the books read there. Now, at the bottom here, I think I'm going to pull in this washi tape that I made. Just pull it up. And it should, not quite, but I can put something over here to cover that up. So it's not a big deal. Maybe a chair or even some of the little coffee and sweets that I have over here. So, and I think I'm going to start it yeah, let's go ahead and erase this down here. I've marked every page. Sorry about shaking the camera, but I marked every page of what I wanted what to go where. So I'm going to bring this to the edge of the page here. Or try to anyway. Oh lordy. So this is going to go here. Just down the edge there. And then across the bottom, making sure I'm bringing it right down to the bottom of the page. And then when I get in that crease, I'm just going to take my fingernail and kind of like make sure it goes into the fold like that. And there we go. And it'll lay like that. And again, I gotta pick that off from where my silhouette decided it was going to spaz out. And now over on this end, I'm going to take my scissors and round this page at the bottom, because I want the corners of all my pages to be the same. So just round it like that. And here I think I'm going to put those. Those are these. I think I might put these. Or nah, I'm going to do this one. And now this one will come off the edge of the page some. I'm okay with that. I can just cut off whatever's hanging. There we go. Do it like that. And then come back in and cut this off the edge here so that it almost looks like it was like made into the page, if you understand what I'm saying. Like it's just part of a like it's just decorated on the page when I got the journal. There we go. Round that up just a little bit better. I'll try to anyway. There we go. See? So you just got that little decoration just peeking off the bottom there. And I will come back in later with my mild liners. I think I'm not quite sure if that's what I want to do yet. And then across the top here, I'm going to take this other Simply Gilded washi. And I'm just going to run it across the top using that grid as my guide. Now try not to put it down too snugly, because if you do see how the page is curling up a little bit there, I've noticed that when you're putting down washi tape, if you put it like too tautly, it will curl your pages, and I don't want that. And I'm just going to come in and snip that. And again, kind of fold it up a little bit and get that washi tape down into that crease right there. And now if it's not wanting to lay flat like you completely want it to, because like this didn't go in as good as that did, you can always come in with an X-Acto knife and just cut. Be careful though, because you are right at the edge of the page. And you see how just by doing that it gets it to lay flat, but it still looks like it's together. And then I'm going to take my Books Red sticker. And again, I will take my tweezers to center this, because I do want this in the center. as much as possible. Like so, using my dot grid as my guide. And lifting that sticker up. Don't lay it down completely just yet because you want it to get it in that crease. Now, it will be easier to take it off the tweezers. So, but yeah, you want it in that crease. And if also another thing that helps is if you can take the tweezers themselves and lift the book up a little bit. And just take the tip of your tweezers, if I can get my tweezers in the right position. And kind of like run it down through there, and then just lay the rest of the sticker down like that. And see, it still lays flat, but it's not bowing your pages up. And then I'm going to pull this around like this and trim off all this excess washi tape from the edge. Do the same for on this side where we made the tab, whoops, where we made the, well, where we made the tab at. Trim off that extra washi tape. And voila. I like the way that looks. And again, I got it a little too taut at the top. So an easy way to fix that is you just take and you do that with your page. And it'll lay flatter. It'll make the page go back to laying flat again. Like that. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on these two pages, and I'll be back. Guys, I am so sorry. I was just crapping away and chit-chatting and just happened to look up to see what the length of the video was and realized that my camera had died. So, I think this is where we left off at. I think. So we've got both the reading log. I got both the reading log pages done, and I just did the mirror image stickers. So I did that one there, and I did this one here. And then flipping over, I'm kind of, in a way, I'm kind of glad that it did die, because let me show you this. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Yeah, you can. Right here, when I flipped to this page, I discovered that somehow, I don't know if maybe I did it, I don't know, but the seams had been clipped. So I had to pull out my Fabri-Tac and glue those down and let it dry. So hopefully it doesn't come apart. I think I may have done it when I was cutting the washi. I'm not 100% sure. So hopefully that fixed it. I'm fingers crossed. I'm praying. But this is what, so I got these two pages done. This is my series tracker, and basically what this is on like the book covers that I showed you, how there was those 3 series. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to record all of that those series here, and when I do my July setup, I'll show how y'all did that. And then this one right here, I used the coffee washi at the bottom, and I just put, and then these right here were those stamped ones that I showed you. And then I put this is called the release radar, and basically what a release radar is it, you can go in and you can log when new books are coming out, their release dates. And I straight up stole this idea from Erin Smith, not lying. So, but That, so like say whenever I know the 16 and 17 are out. I think 18 gets released in November. I think I saw that somewhere, but I'll have to go back and check, and I can just write in the name of the book, the author, and then the date that it's being released. And then flipping over here, this is my maybe next section. So all of those little books that you've seen, those book covers, excuse me, that's what I was trying to think of the word, that y'all seen, I'll come in here. I'm going to take, I've got mild liners that I'm going to pull in, and I'm going to just highlight every other line, and I'm going to write, and as I finish them, I can check them off and write the review on them. And I just decorated the bottom with more of the stickers, and here's the bookshelves from the kit. And then this is the Hall of Fame now. And this was another idea I straight up stole from Erin. Love you, girl. But I'll come back and erase these in a minute. Hall of Fame is where you would just take and print out a sticker of the book cover of any of your 5-star books, or you can write it in. I haven't decided yet of how I'm going to do that just yet. I'll figure that out when I get to that point. But yeah, you would put them in here, and it just helps you keep track of stats and stuff like that. And then you're reading, this says reading log, but this is pretty much going to be a book bingo page. And for the book bingo, I completely forgot to print out the sticker. I've got a big sticker like the bookshelf one that I've got made for this. I completely forgot to print it out. So, but I'm going to print that out and put it here. And it's got basically each square has, like, you can do like a genre or a reading trope or something like that. And you just go in and you color it in. And now with me, I'm kind of like doing like a blackout bingo, where I'm going to get every single square colored. And once that happens, I'm actually going to treat myself. There is a series. It is a new Shapeshifter series. I don't have the paper in front of me that has the name on it, but the reviews are excellent on the series. So I'm going to treat myself to that. And then I'm off. The stickers about that big. Here at the bottom, as I color in one of the squares, I'm going to come down here and notate that square and then the book title for what I called bingo on for that square. So, but now coming over to here. On this side, you'll see it's coming up. Yeah, great. I'm hoping that holds, because it's coming unstitched there. I'm hoping it holds. But over here, this is where I'm going to put my bookshelf tracker at. That's where I'm going to put this at. And it's going to sit, well, change of plans. It's going to go over here. Yeah, I did not realize. I didn't take into consideration the fact that I was going to be cutting. Yeah. So I'm going to do it like this. And do I have one of these that's facing the other direction? Because I had these planned out for that. Yes, I have that one and I have this one. So, and I wanted to put something down like that. Yes, I know it's going to cover up like these books right here, but I'm okay with that. But that's an awful big bookshelf and a little bitty chair. Alrighty then. Where is the other? There it is. But still. But no, those are smaller. Well, they look smaller, but no, it's not smaller. It just looks smaller. See, I had planned on this one But still, that's an awful, yeah. Nah, I'm not going to put a sticker on it. So I'm just going to put that down here. And then I'll do the did not finish one over here. Because I forgot that I didn't take into account the fact that I was making tabs when I planned the layout of this. Okay, come on, I need you to come off your backing. Alrighty, well, well guys, there we go. Now the way I'm going to do this is I'm not going to take it off the backing completely, but I am going to peel it up just a little bit. So I want to find out how I want to do this. So I want to put this just a little bit below that second set of dots. And to do that, I'm going to flip it upside down and partially peel the backing off. And now I'm going to try to get it as close to the edge as possible, but not going over. And then all I do is I just slide it. Well, you're not even, are you? Why are you not even? Maybe going in from the side would be better. Ooh, I'm so glad this is a removable sticker paper. A repositionable sticker paper. Whew. Okay, let's try going in from the side instead. Because it was not wanting to go straight. So get it up there to the spine as close as I can. Whoops, without hitting the camera, Samantha. Okay, and there. Do that. And hopefully this works. For smoothing it out. Just gently smooth it out. Ooh! Okay, maybe not. I don't want that crease though. Ah, crap. And of course, you were not going to come up. And I ripped the paper. Okay, there's going to be a crease. There's going to be a couple of creases actually. Wow. Oh, that sucks. That totally sucks. But it shall be okay. Just take my fingernail and just kind of like get those creases out as much as I can. Okay, that's going to be the best I can do. It's got some wrinkles in it, but it will be okay. And of course the tear right there, but it'll be okay. And of course the curling, so you just want to do this right here and it'll pull it right back out, and it's like right up to the edge. There we go. So there is, ooh, I shook the camera. There is that, and then on this side is going to be the last section we're going to do, and it's going to be the did not finish. And for this one, let's see, let me flip back to this. I did, yeah, see, I used that one there. So I'm going to use another one of the chairs. Which one did I use? I used that one, so I'm going to use this one instead with this bookshelf. And I still have my the nameplate page to do as well, but I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I don't know if I want to use this book theme or what. I'm not quite sure yet. I probably will, because this journal this journal right here is going to be just book and copy themed, which I came up with that idea and I thought it was cool. I thought that idea was cool, just to have a journal that it was just one theme throughout the journal. So we're going to see how it works. And I'm going to just set this one right here. I think me personally, I think it's going to turn out cool to do it like a coffee, tea, and just a coffee, tea, and book theme for every month. I think that would be cool. I mean, because it's kind of fitting, you know, it's a book journal. So the book theme, of course, that's fitting because it is a book journal. So, and then at the top, I think I'm going to do, I just knocked my scissors into the floor. I think I'm going to do this across the top. Now, I want to kind of line it up with this. And I don't think I'm going to put the washi. Yeah, I think I'm going to put the brown washi. How do I want to do this? Yeah, let's do, going to tear a little, and that would hit right here. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this end. Like that. Just to have just a little bit of it peeking out over the edge. And then with this one, I need my scissors. There they are. Not my scissors, my tweezers. Now with this one, the idea, now let's see, hold it down so I can see. Pull you back up just a little bit. The idea for this is to, for any books you don't finish, you can write down the name of the book, and you know, maybe, you know, just give a little notation of why you didn't finish it. So that's what my thinking was. And you know, Erin Smith has something similar in her reading journal as well. So, but now down here, I think I want to bring in more of that book washi. So, with maybe a decoration down there in the bottom right corner, because I mean, I still have tons of stickers, guys. So I'm going to pull out another piece of this washi. It's just sitting off here to the side. So I'm just grabbing a piece of it real quick. And start it here. And bring it across. Again, using my fingernail. I'm sorry about the squeaky chair, guys. I need a new chair so bad. But we just moved. I mean, we haven't been in here a month. So we still have to get things we need for the house, for the apartment. So that's why I'm putting off getting a new chair. So, but the squeak is bad. And then I want to do, what do I want to do? I think I'm gonna do, well, yeah, no, that's books on books, so nah. Again, that's books on books. I may bring in this little plate of macarons. I don't have it on this page. Just like, well, I'm right there, but it'll be okay. Bring in this little plate here of yummies. And I'm going to put it, I don't want to really cut it off, but I'm going to end up cutting some of it off, but that's okay. So just kind of like bring it down here. But at the same time, I don't want to take it over the edge of where that tab starts, because I am going to come back in with my mild liners and color it in to add just a little bit more pop to the pages. There we go, like that. I mean, it's just adds a little something extra to the bottom of the page where it looked kind of blank to me. And I mean, I love how this turned out. And look at this, guys. I mean, I'm done. And you still have all of these stickers left over. And this is the mini kit. So I decorated the entire 6-month functional of my reading journal with those, and with that mini kit, and I still have so many stickers left over. So, but I'm going to flip back to the beginning. And again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here just yet. I may just take and just add some of the, do like a sticker collage. I might, I don't know yet. So, but there's that. And then this is our books to be read section. We've got 2 of those. And then here is our series tracker and our release radar. And then our maybe next, our Hall of Fame, and this is where our book bingo is going to go. And then on this page we have our did not finish, and then our bookshelf tracker. And the purpose of this one is it just helps you keep track of how many books you've read. And I'm going to, like, for July, whatever the color theme is for July, how many ever books I read, I will come in and I will take that color theme and I will color each of the books the amount of books that I read. And then that way I can look back and say, oh, I read 8 books for July, but oh, I only read 4 books in August. I read 15, which will probably never happen, in September, but I only got a chance to read 2 in October. So I just like having it just to give me an idea of where my reading stands for, for a 6-month period. So, and then this is where our July is going to start, which I've got a couple of ideas in mind for this, but you'll have to wait and see. I will post the video for this video is going up let's see, it's July 26th now. So this video is probably going to, no, not July, excuse me, June. This video is probably going to go up on the 29th. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 29th. So today, which is 29th, that you will be watching it on the 29th. For me, it's still June 26th. And the July one, I'm going to post it on July 3rd, no, June 30th. I'm a month ahead of myself, guys. Sorry. So, but that is everything. I know this is a long video. It's already over an hour, and I am sorry. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but I was having so much fun. But that is it, guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.